Yeah.
You are looking live at
The dub is 3, 2.
One for the money, two for the show, three get ready, four to let go. Talking that talk is all that we don't. It's football time, we ready to roll. We bringing the coaches close to the fans, answering questions not from the stands. D1 players for opposite hands, from DF Dubs the best of the land. Hey, six be coming to play like eight, five be coming to play like eight, 4 and 3 be coming like eight. Private schools be making it eight. Cool in the gang, Fad and Brian doing our thing. Weird and Jeremy ready to swing. Oh, I forgot it's a Carter thing. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. At DF Dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. At DF Dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. At DF Dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. At DF Dub.
Welcome to the dub, number 1 high school podcast starring Matt Motivi, Jeremy McGinnis, Whitfield Roderick, and Brian Riser. Dallas Fort Worth.
To the dub. DF Dub is going down, man. I'm Mr. Dub. It ain't me. It's going down. We got the new gear, baby. We got the new gear. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Coordinating today. Look at that. Look at that.
We coordinating too because we got actually different colors and stuff, but somehow we ended up coordinating. So it lets us know that we all on the same page.
Right.
Me. B Rise.
Brotherhood, baby. Brotherhood.
Oh, yeah. What's up, man?
Chilling. Hey, where that dog at? I think we be hearing that dog every show. Where the dog at?
That dog love me, man. Hold on. Where the dog? Where she at? Here she goes. She right here.
Uh-oh. Let us see the dog, man. Let us see the dog.
Let's see the dog.
We want to see the dog.
Right she love me.
Look at the dog. Oh.
Now get out of here.
Hey, we gotta
tell her she gotta be quiet though right now.
Hey, this dog, she would sit here for 2 hours until the show over with. It's one time we get out.
Yeah, she listening too.
Yeah, she listening too.
Hey, J Mac in the building. What it do?
Salute, man. What's going on, man? Hey, I'm ready to get it going on. We got 2 great defensive coaches, leaders of men. I'm excited, brother.
Already. And hey, man, shout out to Mr. Whitfield, man. You know, this dude right here. I ain't never seen nobody celebrate their birthday for a whole month straight.
A whole month. Not 40 anyway.
Hey, man.
To age 40 years old. Like, bro, you was that excited to go over the hill?
Hey, man, y'all turn 40 once in life, man. And you know, with this pandemic just happened and other stuff happening here in the city, you got to be blessed to even see 40, man. So, but on the real though, I want to give a shout out to my boy, Mr. Rosa up there. Hey, Mr. Rosa took me out Friday, you know what I'm saying? Showed me a wonderful time. And hey, that's my brother for life, man. Y'all are my brothers for life.
Hey, on the cool.
I appreciate that, brother, so much.
Hey, on the cool, I got some pictures. I got some pictures back from your partying.
Uh-oh.
Boom. I saw you perform at the Cliff Club this Saturday. You was at Deep Ellum. Partying like it's 1999. And then last night, they said you was at Carter. You started hard, man. You were performing in the cafeteria. So,
yeah, that show last night was live in the cafeteria, man.
No,
everybody was there.
My boy sat up there and tore the flow up and stuff, man. So yeah, we appreciate. Hey, your birthday is over, dog, man, bro. Like for real.
It's done now. I'm through now. I'm back normal now. Yeah.
Hey, so we got some other segments coming up in the future. We'll pump those things out, but we're gonna get to the business, man. We got 2 great coaches coming to the Metroplex, man, and it's been an exciting year because all the coaches we brought on. I actually feel like those are your coaches. They come out there, and I feel like they're gonna have winning programs. You know what I'm saying? Ain't now one of them no punks, man. They come out here for real and make it do what it do. So our first guest, we're bringing to the stage to the show is from Atascocita all the way down here to D-Town. I don't know what made them leave them palm trees in Houston, but
It's too hot.
but he's at the skyline. Yeah. He's at the skyline, man, and we're gonna bring him on like this. What's going on,
There he is.
Hey, there he is.
Appreciate y'all having me on tonight.
What's up, Coach?
What's going on?
How you doing, Coach?
We had to get the crowd noise out the way and stuff. I was pushing for it. But Coach J.COLEMAN in the building. How you doing, sir?
Hey, man, I'm good. You know, blessed to be here. Glad y'all had me out. You know, always like talking ball. Getting to know.
Oh, yeah.
Already.
Good time.
Hey, you had a coach. I always say this thing I call 5 degrees of separation because I know somebody that knows somebody with every coach that's been on here. There's not been a coach on here that I didn't know. I found out a few weeks ago when we had soccer on that the defensive one of the defensive coaches played with my nephew, I believe, at Skyline back in the days or whatever. And my nephew was a beast at Skylines. Unfortunately, he passed away and went to college and passed away. But he's a legend over there. And now you're there at the school where legends are made. So how do you feel about getting the job at Skyline? You know, been a traditional power for probably the last 12 to 15 years, you know, kind of fell on a few hard times and stuff. So how you feel about getting that program back?
Hey, man, I'm just glad, you know, for the opportunity. I didn't come away from Houston for no reason. And so, you know, my feet down on the pavement. I'm doing what we got to do, trying to, you know, get it back to what it was as far as Skyline a brand name. You know, like when you buy a Coke, you already know how it tastes. You don't have to open up the top. You know what I mean? So, you know, just trying to instill discipline, trying to get guys committed, sacrifice time and invest, and really get us back to where I know we can belong at.
All right. Hey, Coach, what they do? They put some makeup on you or whatever for this shot, man? You look
Hey,
Yeah, you look real light skinned, Coach. You look real light skinned.
You got the Dallas, bro.
It look like, you know, when you at the barber and they spray all that shiny stuff on you.
Yeah.
They went real strong with the filter. That's all I know. Real.
Oh man,
that's what's up. So I saw something on one of the shirts that one of you coaches was wearing. I don't know if I have it on here, but I was kind of shocked to see it. I know everybody has their like logo and sayings and all that type of stuff. Like, what was Bam's at Kimball? Hashtag.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. You know, and everybody else got their own thing, lock the gates and all this type of stuff. DeSoto got DeSoto U. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of shocked to see Skyline U. I don't know if I ever heard that before.
Hey, man.
That actually been there. That was there himself.
That's been there. Yeah, that's been.
Yeah.
And if you talk to older players that played at Skyline, the first thing they're going to tell you is we the real you.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
That's fact. That's fact. I remember that.
Okay, so look like we're gonna have a battle of the U. Let me see what date that is. We're looking at 9/16. Battle of the U. Where that game at, Coach?
We play at home. We play at Forest. We play in the Grove.
Okay, we need, look, we always ask coaches for sideline passes so we can come there and cover it from the ground level. So you got us on that because that's the battle of the U, man.
Hey, I got y'all, man. I got y'all, and I know you know. You talking about the battle of you, but you know me, as far as I teach my team, you know, we worried about us right now. You know, we ain't really worried about. We got a lot more games before we play them too.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you start off look like with Berkner, and then that's a scrimmage, but then you got Lancaster. It's a nice little matchup to get.
That's a nice schedule.
That's very good.
Yeah,
you gonna find out. You gonna find out what you got early on that one, Coach.
So he gonna get the BAM hashtag. Let's find out.
We gonna find out. We gonna find out week 1 what you got. If you got some dogs or some puppies.
Hey, and that's what we want to find out. You know, we don't want to wait till the district. So, you know, the schedule was really already made before I got the job. But when I seen it, I was like, "Oh, we play Lancaster first week. You know, that's a good matchup. I know they got good running back, Coach Paul, me and them friends. You know, we talk, so they got real talent to secondary and more talent over there. You know, a lot of guys that can play all 20. So, you know, we ready. We're going to be catch up, see where we at.
Hey, Coach, you already talking that talk. You already know that the action is off 20. So how long have you been in the city?
I've been in the city since February 26th. And, you know, it ain't stopped yet. You know, I'm all over.
I need to know, Coach. You say you've been in since February?
Yeah.
Have you had your Grips burger yet?
I had that week 1.
I
had week 1. That's right down the street.
Okay,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Already, Coach.
All right, how many hood spots have you hit? What's some more hood spots you had?
I mean, I've been to Grips. I had Williams.
Yeah, that's a hood spot.
Yesterday, I had to pick up my mom from the airport. I went to Lolo's Chicken and Waffles.
Oh yeah, I had
that. I ain't mad at you.
I love it. I love it.
You know, people give me a list, so I'm checking it all out.
Have you been?
You ain't been to Rudy's yet, huh?
I ain't been to Rudy's. I had Rudy's before though, but I haven't been to.
Okay.
All right. What about Wingfields? The biggest burgers in Texas. Jones.
I hadn't had. I heard about it, but I heard about it.
Make sure you're hungry when you go.
Yeah, make sure you're hungry.
Hey, I got a spot for you. You get a chance, go on Ledbetter, right off of Ledbetter Lancaster. Check out Papa's. Yeah, it's a hit.
Okay.
It's a hit.
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, Papa's on Ledbetter Lancaster.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely. I'll be over there too a little bit. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's the shirt I saw. That's the shirt I was looking for to you right there.
Oh, the Skyline U shirt.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be fun.
That's Skyline great right there in that picture with me. That's Christian Scott, All American, went to UT.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
That's what's up.
And
I see I got the shoes back there. So along with them sideline passes, I wear a size 10 and a half.
We got like a baby Foot Locker back there on the truck, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
For real, bro. For real. So B Rise, what you got, boss man?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Okay. I know what B Rise finna do. I know what he finna do. He finna.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I got it.
I already know, man.
Here he comes.
We're waiting on him to turn into Superman.
Hey, man.
Hey, I knew it was something I liked about him. I knew he made the right decision.
You already know, man. Achievement, say.
I like that.
Okay.
You already know, Coach.
Hey, I see. You got the right thing on there. Don't say Kappa either. Say New.
You already
know. So that's how I know.
I like that.
All right, Coach. Yeah, my first question to you, Coach, last year, y'all came down here. Y'all beat Allen at their stadium. From my understanding, they have never lost at their stadium before. Y'all blew them out. Yeah. Y'all put the whole city on notice. Man, how that feel, man?
Man, it felt real good. It felt real good because the year before we came out here and they drugged us. But we knew we was coming back. I had most of my defense all returning, like 7 or 8 guys. And, we knew when we came back the next time that we knew it was going to be a game. And we didn't know we was going to, finish it like that. But we knew for sure it was going to be a football game this next time we came out here. And the kids, we had a game plan. They came out, executed, and, by that third quarter, we really took control of the game and was able to take it from there. But now it was definitely a big win for us.
Okay, my next question, Coach, like you said, you're coaching the only 6A school in DISD, Coach. And that's a big step within itself. So how you feel about that, Coach? The only 6A school in the city of Dallas, DISD.
Man, I feel like the only 6A school is like a flagship school. As far as for DISD, like I feel like Skyline 8, is a prominent school. We got 4,300 students on campus. So, we're the biggest campus in the district, and I really feel like we got to uphold, the standard of Skyline and get it back to what it was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all I got for you, Coach.
Oh, I appreciate it, Noob.
I already knew.
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm laughing at Brian, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
Brian
so
Wise.
first of all, Coach, welcome to the D.
Appreciate it.
Welcome to the D. My question is to piggyback on last year, man. You like Mr. Rosser said, you came down here and you took a team who was 61-0 in that stadium. I mean, nobody can beat them in that stadium. Like Mr. Rosser said, beating a team like that in that stadium, that has to just give you and your team just firepower. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, it definitely do. Beat a team like that. I mean, well coached, got great players, and that's why I say it come down to execution. Every good football team got talent, but then you got to have discipline. You got to have kids that do right. You got to have kids that make the right habits, and I mean that's what we're trying to create. It's no magic to win in football. Everybody, I mean, good football teams they got talent. You're just not going out there with kids that's not talented, but you
right.
also have kids that do what you tell them to do and create good habits on a day-to-day basis.
And then also in that same instant, you also only lost to the 6A Division II state runner-up, Denton Geyer, by only 11. But at
Yeah,
the same time, go ahead.
yeah. I mean that game right there, we was up one with 6 minutes left, and we just did some things. We had some busts, had a couple turnovers early, kind of got us down back and forth game early. But we gave up, couple, like I said, talk about habits. Gave up a couple plays that we shouldn't. 6 minutes left in the game, had a fumble on a punt return. Two, had a bust in coverage on the tackle. We took the wrong leverage, turned into a big play. So
Right.
it's small things like that. But yeah, we had a chance to beat Den Guard too, same year, this year.
Okay, so now you come here from Houston, right in Houston area, here to the Dallas area, and in the
Boy, he
Houston
real
area,
dark skinned on that pitch.
Hey, that's what
yeah.
that's what
It's that heat. It's that heat.
what happens when you're in Houston.
Coach
And
is hot, man.
You know what? Hell, no wonder y'all beat the Allen Eagles. Y'all got the same logo.
So, so in the Houston area, you played powers like defending state champions North Shore, C.E. King, Westbrook. Now you come from that district of Doom with Coach K and the others to the district of Doom with the powers of DeSoto and Coach Mathis and the great samples in Duncanville, the Lands in Cedar Hills, the Waxahachis. So how do you transition that power of football in Houston to this district of Doom here in Dallas?
I mean, what I did from day one, was be myself. That was a great district. We was in Houston. I felt like I left the toughest district out there and came to the toughest district in Dallas.
Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
Ain't no doubt. You're right.
Hey, some people like, dang, y'all in that district, yeah. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with playing the best people in the state? That's
Right.
what I want to play. That's what I'm used to playing. So I want to play the best people in the state. Like I coach football. Why wouldn't you want to go against the best people you can play against? As a coach, as a player, that's what I want to do. I want to play the best.
Right.
And so
Right.
playing them, if you do get to the playoffs and you do what you're supposed to do, you playoff ready. You battle test. You can win
Right.
through the hardest district in the state. And so you're ready to go play in the playoffs when that time's come. And so when it comes to playing against teams and what they got and you worried about this, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about preparing my team to the best that they could be, and I'm worried about going to play because I want to play the best.
And my last question for you is gonna be a fun one. So here in the area we have Marcus versus Louisville, Battle of the Axe. We have the Soto Cedar Hill Battle of Beltline. So is there a good chance we're gonna have a new battle? The Soto Skyline for the U?
Hey, I want whatever battle we can get. Hey, we got everybody on the outside. They'll pump it all up for us. So I don't.
Don't worry about it, Coach. We're gonna pump it up. We're gonna come with a U trophy or something. We're gonna give the trophy away.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I already know.
I promise you. I'm getting the trophy made tomorrow.
I already know. Like I said, I'm gonna get mine ready. Everybody
Right.
we'll drop the ball. I don't care what we gotta play.
J-Mac,
Already.
That's all I have for you, Coach.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
first off, Coach, first off, man, welcome to the DFW. Welcome to the Dub. And hey, man, I'm gonna start off now and apologize to you, Coach, because I was real slick mouth when you got the job. I said hey, I'm real. That's what I do. I was real slick mouth. I said you were too light skinned for the job, but come to find out, you really ain't that light skinned. So it's okay. Now you got a chance. you got a chance.
No, that was funny.
It's hard for me to be light skinned when you're out there in that heat all day.
You ain't lying. You're lying. Yeah, you're a red brother. You dangerous. You like me. We red. You know what I'm saying?
Red.
But one thing I do like about head coaches and why I love this show is because we talk to head coaches. I view head coaches as more than just a ball coach. I look at head coaches as leader of men. And so just I want to ask you, coming here and going to Pleasant Grove at Skyline, what have you learned from all your journey up until now to be a leader of men over there in the Grove?
And for my journey, man, every team I've ever been a part of, I've been a captain. From high school to when I played at Iowa to when I played at Lamar, I was always the captain of my team. So leadership really came natural to me. And I could not only lead by just talking about it, I could actually lead by action and back it up. And so through all my experiences, even when I've been a coach, I lead. That's what I do best. To me, I can get a group of a young man, to do what I want them to do in order to be successful, and not just in football, but in life, day-to-day operations. You know what I mean? When they get to school, are you dressed right? Are you a dress code? Are you late to class? Are you on time? That's the things I try to do. I try to get all of that right, because if I can get that right, I know I can get you to play football.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. I just love. That's one thing I just love about the coaching profession. I look at guys like Mike Tomlin, you know what I'm saying? Guys like that just natural leaders. Even like a Nick Saban, or I just go out when you got a leader, man, where you got other men that will follow you,
right?
And you can lead them properly. I just love that, and I love it on the high school level too, because I think that's important.
Because that's what it's about. At the end of the day, everybody want to win, and I want to win. I hate lose, but I got to also develop young man into, being responsible, being ready to be in the real world, being on time, learning how to do things right. And so at the same time I'm winning, I'm teaching daily life lessons every day, accountability, being disciplined, holding the door for somebody when they walk in, watching what you say, not just thinking you can talk like you want to talk. And so, on a day-to-day basis, I'm teaching all day. Everybody talk about coach. No, we teachers. I'm really a teacher. I'm just teaching in a different way than they teach math class. But I'm still teaching.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, Coach,
so tell me,
real quick, Jeremy. Coach, Mr. Patrick Robinson, who's a Skyline alum, he's a pretty good player back in his day, too. He said, welcome and glad to have you, Coach.
Hey, Taylor, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Already.
I appreciate all the love I done got this for, and the hate. Hey, that's part of the job. When we winning, it'll be good. When we losing, it's all my fault. And I don't have a problem with that. And
that's part of it.
Yeah, that's part of the job. So, I got an open door policy. I done had players, parents who kids play for other teams and came see me and talk to them. Just, they like what I'm doing. They like what they see. They hear about it. So, it's been, it's all a part of it.
Hey, Jeremy.
Coach, give me a couple.
You might have to adjust. We might have to take you off the mic or whatever. We're popping real loud over there. So if we can do that, I'll let you get to your next question. Coach, I'm going to jump in real quick while we fix that technical difficulty. So speaking of difficulty, you walk into an area of town that's known for, having, a little hard neighborhood or whatever, the Grove, the Greedy Grove. Been on the first 48 a couple of times. But how do you handle, those type kids or whatever? Do you come from a background in H-Town where you had those type kids or whatever, or anything in your background that, I mean, just listening to you sound like, hey, you can handle up, you know what I'm saying? But,
Hey, I'm from Beaumont, Texas, man. The Grove look better than where I'm from. I can tell you that.
Oh wow.
So,
Hold
hey,
on. Wow.
I mean, it ain't too much out there. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of where I come from. But I done coached all type of kids, grew up with all type of kids. So, I done coached in the suburbs, but I mean I'm from Beaumont country. I can get to the other side of the city in 15 minutes. And all we had to do, was play ball or either be outside the street. So I mean, I'm coaching kids at the end of the day. Everybody got different circumstances. I mean, from February, it's plenty of stuff that happened day to day that I had to deal with every day. Today, yesterday, that's just a part of the job. But me handling kids from anywhere, that's never been a problem.
all right. Jay Mack is on you. I'll let you get your last few in before we bring in Coach Towles.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna ask. I'm looking forward to the season, Coach. Do you have any players that you think you're gonna be really dependent on, or who are your leaders on your team right now, or have you even figured that out yet? Has that manifested itself yet?
I mean, our leaders, from our senior leadership, it really stuck up. Kamaj Robinson, the safety. He was the starter last year, but got hurt in week 4 and was out for the year with his back. We got Brandon Barnes. He'll play offense and defense. Just a real good athlete. He's a junior. Our linebacker. I got a linebacker. He gonna probably be one of the best linebackers I probably ever coached. Freshman. He already got Power 5 offers. Be a sophomore. Elijah Barnes, Brandon brother. I mean, we got guys. Xavier Lejeune, cornerback, committed to Navy. Ja'Cory York, 6'3" DB, Power 5 offers. I mean, talent. Camp, Tyler Masters. Those two guys both returning starters on defense. And so we got talent on our football team. It's all about getting them to do it all together and play together and learn how to win.
Okay, yeah, obviously got a lot, got talent. It's talented, so they didn't just leave the cupboards empty for you. So
No,
you
it's
got
not.
something to work with.
It's not empty. It's not empty, but
Yeah, it better not be with 4,000 students.
Yeah, for real.
yeah. We still got a little talent at Skyline in the Grove.
All right, Coach. Hey, man, I look forward to it, man. You're gonna have to invite us out to practice during training camp or something. You know what I'm saying? We'll come check you out.
Hey, I will do. And
9/16.
We got
other you.
You ready? And we got our kids camp on Friday at Skyline from 6 to 8:30. So anybody.
I apologize. I can't come there, but conflict of interest. But I support you from afar.
Hey, y'all. Hey, if y'all out there listening, you got a free camp at Skyline High School, right, Coach?
Yeah, Skyline High School. We're gonna be feeding the kids. We're gonna have a 360 camera booth out there, giving shoes away. So, it'll be a good time.
Yes, sir. Look forward to it, Coach. Look forward to talking to you a little later on, man. We're gonna keep track of you.
All right. I appreciate y'all having me out, man. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
One more thing before I let you go. Y'all know I got my 5 degrees of separation, and I know I got connections to every coach that come on here. My connection to you would be Coach Alex Horn. I know he was there at the program before. I know he's an integral part of the program before. Just give me your quick synopsis on him before you go.
Yeah, man. Everybody kept telling me, hey, you met Alex Horn. Hey, you need Alex Horn. So I called him. He was like, nah, Coach, I think I'm gonna stay where I'm at. So then I said, all right. So I waited another week, called him again. I started chasing him like a woman, back when I was in high school. So then I called his brother.
There he is.
Then I called his older brother. I said, hey, man, this is what I'm offering your brother. I need him to come. He said, Coach, let me talk to him. I said, all right. I called him 2 days later. He said, I'm coming. There it is.
There it is.
And so Alex, he's my assistant head coach. I treat it like anything else. Hey, you're going to have to really tell me no. 1 time, 2 times, that ain't going to do it for me.
They ain't going to do it.
Alex, he's going to be a big part of what we do. He's my right-hand man. We work hand in hand together. He's been a good addition to our staff, and it's definitely good having him back at home. You know, where he's from at Skyline, back home.
Hey, wait a minute, bro. Coach, how did you get his older brother's phone number? Like that's my boy. I know who his older brother is.
Hey, my feet in the pavement. That's what I'm telling you. I just got home at 8:40. So I left. Never got home at 8:40. It's the summertime. But I'm utilizing the day. How you use time?
Absolutely.
Hey, Coach, before you go, I meant to ask you, what can we expect this year from a Coach Coleman team? What's the identity of a Coach Coleman team that we're going to see from here on out at Skyline or wherever else you lead?
You're going to see a disciplined football team. And everybody say they want to be disciplined. But you're going to be able to tell from the field and how we operate that it's a disciplined football team. You're going to see us play fast, and we're going to be real aggressive. That's what you can expect from my team.
I'm going to steal a question from my good colleague over there at Channel 8, Scott Linehan. Coach, what is the team motto?
The team motto is the Raider standard. Be accountable, be committed, be disciplined. Hard work, non-negotiable.
Right.
That's it.
All right. Skyline
Appreciate that, Coach.
Skyline Nation, stand up, man.
Yes,
you did
sir.
One more thing. This has got to be done. Coach, I don't know if you're familiar about the old rivalry between Skyline and Carter. Will we get Skyline and Carter back, please?
I don't know.
Who was that, a rival in 1998?
Hey man, I don't know when that's gonna happen. I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Hey, I was asking for the Carter alum because they told me to ask that question. They said, "Hey, we want Skyline back on the schedule." So,
hey, okay. I don't know about that one.
All right, baby, the dub, J.COLEMAN Coleman. We appreciate you, boss. Coming here.
All right.
He will be on the sideline, 9-16. Photo U versus Skyline U, the battle of the U. Yes, sir. And now we want to welcome to the show, Mr. John Powell.
How's it going, everybody?
What's up,
Appreciate
Coach?
you guys having me.
what's up, Coach T?
Coach T, the third. My crowd still going crazy. Crowd going crazy. Coach Towles. Hey, welcome to the show, man. This is Duncanville alumni. Since I can't get Coach Samples on the show, this is the next best thing.
I don't know about that. Hey,
Lord knows I done tried. And he is not gonna come on any show.
I'll say good luck with that.
I know, right? We tried.
That's all right. I'm gonna go sneak in and stuff like that. So, Coach, man, welcome to the dub, man. We know you're here to represent Hebron and stuff, but we want to take you back in your history. And, I got a connection with you, my 5 degrees of separation and stuff. And one of my connections is my son right here, Bam. Yes, and I had Coach Muhammad on a few weeks ago. And, the combination of you and Muhammad made my son's senior year. And I appreciate that, that he was excited to work up under you and stuff like that. So I'm just going to be a little selfish right now. And I want to show a little something from, what you produce.
The last tackle was number 7, Keyshawn Johnson.
No, it was Marcus Robinson.
4th down.
There you go, Jamarcus.
Yeah,
That was a good game right there, though. We played a good first half, and they put them in.
That was bro. I was so excited. So I asked Coach Powell this question. I'm asking you the same question.
Mm-hmm.
Our quarterback doesn't get hurt. Do we win state that year? Because dang it, we was in that doggone game like a mug.
Oh, for sure. 2019, JJ doesn't get hurt. I believe.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about then. I'm talking about that was 2017.
Oh, you talking about Jalen Nelson that year? That team was pretty good, and Jalen Nelson was the leader. We had Trey Stiggers. We had some guys who would just get out front.
Some dogs.
They played like they were on fire every down, every game. So, I mean, I'm gonna say I believe in Jalen Nelson, but that Allen team, that was a big game. We would have needed him to get over that hump.
I was gonna say, I promise you, if Jalen Nelson was in that game, would have won that. Like you say, it was 14-14 at halftime with the backup quarterback, and we missed some shots. We actually could have been up by a little bit more. And I think Jalen Nelson had that extra gear, that extra juice to get us over the top that season.
Right.
That was difference maker, and that was round 4 of the playoffs, so it wasn't like we was that far away.
No.
So what do you remember about that year in particular? Because that was the turnaround year. You know, the year before, it was Sample's first year. I think it was under 500. That year was 11-3 year. How do you feel about that year and your contributions to that year?
I think, I got hired to coach linebackers that year, so I came in kind of after that first year where they went, I believe it was 3-7, 2-8, something like that.
Right.
And the thing was, the biggest difference in turnaround was Jalen Nelson and Trey Stiggers were able to play varsity that year. So I mean,
they made them sit out the year before.
Yeah, so that's a big deal, and I guess people don't recognize it though. But once Jalen Nelson got hurt, Trey, he changed his jersey number. He played a little bit more running back, and he just he put the team on his shoulders. He played for both of them. And I mean, who can go back in time and decide how things would have turned out? But at the same time, when Jalen went down, Trey stepped up 100 times 100, and the rest of the team just followed. And I think some of that play that occurred and that getting to round 4 occurred because they wanted to do it for Jalen, for him going down and not being able to play in that season. Right. So, I mean, it was just the catalyst, just those guys. They were a different breed. I mean, just the practices alone were epic.
Absolutely. And I mean, I just think back about Jalen Nelson. He had won state as a freshman, I think at First Baptist or one of those private school types or whatever. So he had a pedigree. And I remember at DeSoto being really good too. I think he ended up starting because of an injury also over that way. So, yeah. So take us through the next couple of years. And you know what? Don't do that. I'm pretty sure J Mac is going to go on there and address some of that. How do you feel about coaching with a legend? How does this lend to the position you're in today, Coach Sam?
I mean, you've had a lot of guys on that worked underneath him, starting with with Coach Todd at SOC and his players. I mean, Coach Samples is one of those. You think you have high expectations. When you work with him, you recognize that your expectations can go even higher. So it's a big deal. I mean, I've had the privilege to work for Coach Samples, but I also work for Robert Woods, who Coach Lehman always talked about. So I've worked with two of the most prominent, African American coaches in the DFW area in my career, and they're both very, very similar. So it's like baptism by fire. You're gonna learn how to do things working with them. Like Coach Woods, I learned how to dot the I's and cross the T's. It was about details with him. With Coach Samples, it's about personnel, getting the most out of your players, developing them through making your coaches work and getting the most out of your coaches. So it's great. It's been a great learning experience. I wouldn't be sitting in the chair that I'm sitting in now if I had not worked for men like that.
Yeah, his coaching tree was extensive. And I mean, just working up under that program, everybody gets blessed. It's like you get a job and you get a job and you get a job, because we've had quite a few coaches on here just from at different schools from Duncanville. I see that you brought this young man on to the program.
My boy, we even alumni. He graduated from Langston. I'm a Langston alum also. So.
Okay, he's sitting up here looking like a drum major or something. So
his wedding picture, man. He just got married.
Okay. Oh, he just got married, man. The wife had to pick them colors, man. Like Tampa Bay Buccaneers over there or something. But I remember seeing them at Duncanville and stuff. I think my younger son played for him on the freshman team or something.
Yeah, he also graduated from Duncanville. He coached there 6-7 years. So
exactly.
I mean, he's a special person. I mean, he volunteered coach for 4 years while he was getting the certification. Like, how many people do that?
Hell, I would have did it. Duncanville anyway. I would have did that. Right. Yeah, for 2 years anyway. You might be able to get 2 years in a 2-piece. All right. All right. So, with that being said, working with a legend and being part of that coaching tree, you went out of town first, correct?
I sure did. Yes, I did.
All right, so tell us about that brief history down there in H-Town, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I ended up at Clearbrook High School at Clear Creek ISD. I mean, it's a phenomenal place. The kids, the administration, the community support. I mean, it's not in Houston. It's in south of Houston in Friendswood. So it was just an awesome place. It was a great place to just work with kids and help them achieve their goals and get the best out of them. I think when I went in there, they were looking for kind of a rebuild. There were some things that had happened previously that needed to be rebuilt. And when you go in, you have a plan and you stick to your plan. And I believe I left with it in a much better place than when I arrived. So I'm proud of the time that I had at Clearbrook. I mean, at the end of the day, I did not expect to be sitting in the Hebron chair in the time and the fashion that it occurred. But I mean, it is Hebron High School, and when an opportunity like this comes up, like we tell the kids, we prepare them and we get them ready. And we let them know, like, when opportunities arise, you got to be prepared to take advantage of them.
All right, so
that's what happened.
Did you have to apologize for beating the brakes out of Hebron in the playoffs in 2017? Because I think because I remember going there, I felt like we hung 59 or something. It was ridiculous.
I think it was like 52-3 or 52-7. We had a conversation about
52-3.
52-3. Let me see.
The first thing they say, that was Clayton Toon that got hurt the game before that. He'll probably be a draft pick after his year at U of H, his senior year. So, I mean, it is what it is. That was in the past. We're gonna move forward. But it was just that's how things go. Somebody got to win the game.
Oh, absolutely. And you did a great job that night. That was a defensive masterpiece. You had my son in the right position. I think you might got a fumble recovery that game. So I appreciate you, Coach. Good job. All right, Mr. B. Riser, what you got? I don't know where Jake Mack happened, but we got to get him back.
All right, what's how you doing, Coach?
Wait the comment.
How you doing?
All right, Coach. I actually got y'all favorite to win district this year. Out doing Louisville. Just for my prediction, I think y'all gonna win district. So, what can we expect from your team this year? Like, what are your expectations?
My expectations always first, like I live by my core values, and I try to instill that in everyone around me. The first thing is our team is going to do right, and so that's just about pretty much doing the things we're supposed to do within the scheme, within alignment, within our plays, trying to be focused on details and not make many mistakes. And once we take care of that, we'll play fast, we're going to play aggressive, and we're going to play hard. I mean, the motto for Hebron is bring the wood. And that wood symbolizes a lot of things. We're going to bring everything that comes with that. When we come to the woodshed, we're going to be ready to play this year. We're not backing down for anyone.
Yes, sir. Okay, someone asked, I guess, about a quarterback position.
Right.
Quarterback competition that y'all supposed to have going on over there.
We got a few quarterbacks in the fold. I mean, right now we have a senior returning. Name is Braxton Baker. We have a young man, a sophomore. He's Patrick Creighton Jr. actually, and then we have another sophomore, Marcus Paz, and then we have some guys, and we're gonna have to get out there and let the competition begin and see who rises to the top.
So, long story short, you don't got to start it right now, Coach. Right, as of right now, they're still battling it out right now.
We're competing and getting, but right now all we're worried about is installing what we're going to do come August.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
Number one goal. So we've been using our football skills to get that accomplished.
Hey, let me jump back in there, Coach. Patrick Creighton Jr. That's one of the quarterbacks.
He will play DB and quarterback. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what's the pedigree on him? How big is he? What he looks like?
PJ is probably about 6 foot, 180 pounds right now.
Sophomore?
He's a sophomore, yes, sir.
All right, I just named him your starter here on the Dub. Breaking news.
Hey, Coach, if I'm not mistaken, Patrick Creighton, that name sound familiar.
Yeah, receiver with the Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Also.
Yes, sir. That's pedigree. I'm going with pedigree. Sophomore, give me 3 years, and we're gonna get a championship. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Hey, sir.
The senior played a lot. So I mean, you know how it is. Experience speaks volumes also in this game.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Let's
who's
see.
next? Mr. Witt?
Mr. Witt.
No problem.
Who you with? Who you with?
Hey, Coach. You have some pretty big shoes to fill over there at Hebron, man.
Oh, for
Coach
sure.
Brazel was a absolute pillar to that community, legend to that community, and everything. Talk about filling those shoes.
I mean, the biggest thing is like when I met with the parents at our meet and greet, the first thing I told them is that I'm not coming in to change everything. Like what has been established since 1999 is tradition. You know what I mean? They have great tradition. It's Hebron High School. Everyone knows the Super H. Everyone knows Bring the Wood. So it's just a thing of embracing that tradition and then building on it. So taking it to the next level, really. I have to walk my own path. I can't walk in his shoes. You know, he just got inducted into the Hall of Honor for the Texas High School Coaches Association. So
Right.
I have to take us to that next level in the manner in which I see fit with the kids that we have in the community that we have. Just taking it to that next level as far as, you know, like branding and all those things. Like all the teams you've had come on here, they're a brand. You know what I mean? There's things that stand out about them, and that's what we're trying to move to next.
And like you just touched on, tradition. Tradition is everything at Hebron High School.
Yes, sir.
Just like it is at Louisville and Marcus.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. You're the district with Louisville, Marcus, and all the Planos.
Mm-hmm.
You look forward to that?
Oh yeah, and Coppell's in there, so it's
Coppell, that's right.
You know what I
This is
mean?
your district.
Yes. Oh, yes, it is. I've been in the district before when I coached at Plano East, so I'm a little familiar with them. It's been some time, so we'll have to get back. We did play Louisville one time in the playoffs. We've also played Flower Mound. You left out Flower Mound. You know, those are all very well coached teams that have great players. So it's going to be a battle every week. So we're just going to go week to week and be prepared to play. I mean, right now, you know, when you look at our district, Marcus and Louisville are the top dogs. So that's who we're chasing.
You know, last year I kept a close eye on that district last year because I pretty much look at everything on high school, and that third and fourth spot flipped like 5 times in like all 5 weeks until the last game of the season. So you talk about a district of a doom. That district is something.
Right.
Yeah,
so, and my last thing for you is this: you came from Duncanville, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So you're familiar with the Duncanville DeSoto battle?
No, for sure.
So how you gonna feel about having your first ever Louisville Hebron battle?
I can't wait. To be honest, I don't care who it is on Friday. I'm always up to battle. It's like if it's a big game, I'm ready to go. So we'll be prepared for anyone and everyone, whether it's Louisville, Marcus, Flower Mound, Plano. We have to get our kids ready to play and put them in the right positions. I don't care who it is, and that's what we're going to teach the kids. It don't matter who it is. It's the next opponent, next man up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I attended a game Hebron last year. I think it was versus the Colony, and man, that stadium be rocking.
Yes.
And I mean rocking. That's all I have for you, Coach.
Hey, Coach, make sure that we get the sideline pass. We got to figure out what is the major game of the year for you guys at home, especially since they said the stadium is rocking. You actually came from stadiums that were rocking when you was at Duncanville. All those games were high energy games.
Yes, they were.
I got a clip of just some of the energy you came from, right?
Come on, Jay, they coming at you.
Get him, Jamarcus. Yeah.
So, you remember that game, South Grand Prairie?
Oh, South Grand Prairie always played us good. I mean, they're coming in with a great plan where we had to buckle down and play them hard all the time.
They had a Kunda, right?
Yeah.
Number 1 DB in the nation. I think y'all broke his teeth, knocked out like 3 or 4 of his teeth in that game.
Yeah, his tooth flew out on the sideline right in front of him.
I remember that. That was a crazy game.
Hey, he came right back in though and played.
So
wow.
He did.
Yeah, that's why he's in the NFL.
Wow.
He's
when you was at Hebron last year, was there energy like that?
What, say that again?
I was asking Mr. Witt, was the energy like that when you went to the Hebron game?
Hey man, I tell you like this, that Hebrew crowd, they remind you of a South Lake Earl crowd, man. They get into it. Like they rowdy. That's the atmosphere that you would have to see and be like, man, that stadium is for real. That whole little area, that whole Louisville, Carrollton connection,
Right.
Farmers Branch, all that connection is like that. So yeah.
There's so much tradition. I mean, you talking about a community that supports the school and the kids, and you have people still supporting that. Don't all their kids have graduated and moved on, and they're still part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, you got legendary in that whole area. You got Coach Browson, you got Coach Gage from Louisville. You got that whole connection right there. So yeah,
Right.
they love their football in that area.
All right. So I got one more question before we pass it out to J Mac. Glad to have you back. I don't know what happened, but we got you back.
I probably ain't
too.
gonna have nothing because I couldn't hear him, so I don't know what was asked and what wasn't.
Oh no, we saved you. You good?
Hey, do what you do. Hey, do what you do, because
No, I was saying I don't know.
Hey, nah, you do what you do, brother. Like if you ask it again, we're not gonna even blink an eye. But J Mac be in the internet streets, has been in Facebook jail, and I didn't know what was going on. So we glad to have you back. I think we paid the bill. All right, it's on you, bro.
I think I got hit with friendly fire because Rod asked the Carter question and all hell broke loose. I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear nothing. Couldn't say nothing. I don't know what. I was like, what the hell?
So you got the wrong person. You supposed to got me and got him.
Yeah, he shot me. I'm like, God damn. But anyway, Coach,
hey man,
welcome back to the Dub, man. I was just wondering. I don't know if they asked you, but I had to ask you about the Hail Mary. We might as well just go and get it out the way.
No, they haven't asked about the Hail Mary.
So yeah, we got to go on and get that out the way. We got to get break the most. I know it's a nightmare for everybody. You know, I was there.
Oh yeah.
One thing I got to say about that, man. You the defensive coordinator, don't nobody know what we talking about. But the state championship game against North Shore, we were celebrating Reginald Sample's first championship. We was all bouncing up and down, and in about 8 seconds, everybody left like a zombie.
Yep.
Is there anything you would? I mean, just what was your emotion going through that?
Shock, dumbfounded. He couldn't have caught. I'm talking to the ref. He didn't catch that ball. Like, what happened? He's like, let me check. Coach, let me make sure it's in or out. And he came back. He said, Coach, he was in. He said, that's the game. So I mean. It's one, of course, in hindsight, we came back the next year in the offseason, not even the next year. In the offseason, we put together a package that, like I said earlier, we never would have got beat on the Hail Mary again, but it was too late. You know what I mean? It was just one of those things where every time I've seen the video, I've seen the picture, I've seen it from their stands, our stands, behind them. And I mean, he talking about less than a quarter of an inch that we missed the ball. You know, and I give kudos to Davis, that ball looked like a rocket. I mean, it just like heat seeking, and it hit the boy in the chest. I mean, so of course there's things when you look back and go replay, like of course you want to change something, do something different. But in the heat of the moment, when you've been working on something and you've done that in practice and you line up exactly what you've practiced and that happens, I mean, you just got to live with it. I mean, we're sitting there like, hey, in 3 seconds, we're about to be state champions.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We were celebrating. We was in there. We was in the stands dancing and everything. We just knew it was just part of just playing out the seconds.
Oh, for sure. I had my whole family there. I mean, it was a big deal, but I mean that right there and that's life. I mean, that's what we talk to our kids every day. Football. I mean, you talk about you go through the ups and downs and the good and bad, and you just have to learn how to deal with it. Move on, get better, take the lessons. So, I mean, that week or two after that Christmas break, I mean, I was afraid to go in the bathroom to take a shower because the tears, it was more tears. You know what I mean? But I mean, now just there when all of us, the coaching staff, when we think back on it, all of us probably think there's something that we could have done. We all blame ourselves. There's something that we could have done differently at certain points from the beginning to the end of that game where we wouldn't even have been in that situation anyway for it to come down to one play. So, we had a great staff. We had a great head coach. And I can tell you this, even though they show pictures of Coach Samples being shocked and hurt on that Hail Mary, when you walked into that locker room, when we got off the field into that locker room, he was already getting ready for the next year. His head was high, and he said, look, nobody can take away what we've done. This was a journey. No one can take our journey from us. And the next thing he said is, we'll be back. And that was it. Everybody's head raised, shoulders stiffened up, back straight, and we was looking forward to next year.
They got hit with another bad luck. Boy,
yeah. But, I mean, people talk about all they want. A lot of them that's talking never been to a state championship either.
Well, that's what I say. One thing I say, Coach, is a lot of people try to downgrade Duncanville for the close losses in the championship.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody talks about what it takes to play 16 games
for sure
in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not easy. And
right.
I feel like we got to give more credit to teams that's able to do that, because if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's the reason why. Yeah, it's the reason why it's only a few teams that does that.
You know how that is, talent versus coaching.
Right.
For some of us, we get there because it's talent, and for some of us, it's coaching. Like, I haven't seen a state champion yet that didn't have talented players on the field. I don't care what level it's at. You got 1-2-8 kids with a running back going to UT, and he's playing both ways, killing the whole game. But it's coaching. And it's just, that's what we fight against every day. And I think that's one of the reasons why, that's why soccer's everyone's happy for soccer. And we applaud them because they're doing it their way. And I love it. I applaud them every day.
Speaking of which, Coach, I'm glad you kind of led me into that. As a black coach in Texas high school football, do you still feel that the stereotypes is still there on black coaches and predominantly black teams?
I'll be honest, it is, but it's not all. It's perpetrated by everyone, though. I mean,
no doubt.
You can be talking to anyone. It don't matter the color. It don't matter what spectrum they're from. It's gonna be like, oh, well, you got all those D1s, you got all those stars. You should be winning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? That's a great answer, because like, we don't really look at it from that perspective. It is us killing us sometimes. But I know what Rod is alluding to, that poll.
Yeah. I mean, it was a poll that came out. But I mean, even with the poll, to me, it just it does push the stereotype of, when you got a team like Sock or a team like Duncanville, it's they got a team full of athletes.
Oh yeah, but here's the deal though. Some of them, a lot of us can switch places and still do what we need to do. Some people can't switch places and go into South Oak Cliff and Duncanville and Lancaster and those places and take care of those, because football is less than 10% of what those coaches are doing. They're saving human beings. They're in the street, literally saving. They're feeding kids. It's a lot that goes in just to get some of those kids on the field. Some of those D1 kids, they've been D1 something else if those coaches didn't have a hold of it.
Yeah, you're right. And everybody can't go into South Dallas at Lincoln and lead a team to a state championship.
For sure.
You can't go into nobody went into Pleasant Grove and made and took Skyline into a powerhouse. We wish Coach Coleman luck trying to be the second one to do it, but it's not easy.
Right.
And even Duncanville had the coach of all the coaches coming up from Lake Travis, and they was, he
came from Travis and had won a state championship. And so I mean, and the thing is, like, I guess I can't speak for anyone, but just go to a Duncanville practice and watch how much coaching goes on. Watch how much game planning, how much we work on the fundamentals of football, and how much we work on fixing the things that we make mistakes on. It's not like nobody spends the time that they spend in this career with this passion not to go out there and try to do things the right way.
But to piggyback real quick, hold on, J-Mac, real quick. To piggyback on the conversation from the talent, one thing I can honestly say, where you at now, that whole, like I said before, that whole area is talented. Like, like your school in Louisville is like what? Probably like 10, 20 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, it's very close.
And that's split talent right there alone. So, like I said, Louisville last year was what? They only
Colleges,
lost like one game, I think, 1 or 2 games.
right?
Yeah, so I think they lost they lost their last game of the season. And I forgot who it was
Yeah,
to.
they got some playoffs.
Yeah, so
They
it's
lost
like,
to South Lake.
yeah, so that
South
whole
Lake
area,
did them
yes,
dirty.
y'all whole area is talented. So honestly and truthfully, if I got faith in anybody to bring home a state championship first, my money definitely on you.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, that's a good statement. Hey,
he got a couple of quarters in his pocket. That's all he got. So,
hey,
No, I'm serious. My money definitely on you.
so speaking of that, what do you think? And I don't know if one of the brothers asked that, but what is it that you bring into Hebron that you believe is going to get them over the top or get them back on the right track? Because right now, I guess it'd be Louisville and Flower Mound Marcus are kind of like the top dogs up there.
Yes.
Right.
So
That's
what is it? What is it Coach Tiles bringing to get Hebron back on top?
I think the biggest thing for me, and my battery going low now. I should have brought the plug. But I think the biggest thing is just, I just think is mentality. It's always about mentality, getting young men to believe in themselves and getting them to play hard and learn that it takes commitment and sacrifice to go out there and just go all out. Because sometimes right now our kids hold a little back. I mean, football is a game of sacrifice and commitment, and sometimes you can't even get them to sacrifice their phone. Just get off your phone,
right?
For 2 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing when we all buy in on that and we go out there and play on one accord and play all out for each other. I think that's when the tides start to change.
Okay. But I can't wait to check you out, Coach, and see.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I always thought you were one of the better defensive coordinators that was out here. I didn't really follow you once you went down to Clearbrook, but I knew when you was a defensive coordinator at Duncanville, you one of the brightest coaches that I've seen. You always had a very good, very well coached.
In the background, so a lot of people don't know. So I'm about kids. I'm when things are going well, I'm standing in the back. Let the kids get their shine. When things are going wrong, I'll take the bullets. That's what we're here for. So we'll get for that. We're not gonna ever say, it's on us. So when they miss a play, it's coaching. We didn't coach it right. We didn't teach it right. I mean, that's the reality of it.
Okay. Well, I want to see that where y'all playing Louisville at?
I want to say Louisville is actually our last game. So we actually we start with Marcus and end with Louisville. So we have both.
That's the game right there.
Yeah, Coach, that game going to determine district right there, Coach.
And I think we have them both at home. So we actually have Marcus for homecoming. And I know they're not happy about that.
But I think that Louisville game might have to be the game.
That was set up before I got there, but we're gonna take the smoke, I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna determine district right there.
Yeah,
here's my last thing.
You might have to show up on the game, Coach.
This. In 2 years, next realignment, do we have a teacher versus student game? Duncanville Hebron?
I think the only way we see you saying me set up a game with Duncanville?
Exactly.
I think I'd like to see him in the playoffs first. Now we got to get our way up.
Hey, Coach.
And that can very well happen. That can happen this year.
We'd like to go Division 2 also.
Okay.
So I mean, a lot of people realize when you go to playoffs, it's about the road you take, the road that's traveled.
Yeah.
Once we get everything in order, and then we'll start going to play the best, so we can be the best. You know what I mean? Because we're not gonna get better if we don't play the better teams. We all know that, and we see people doing that all the time right now. That's why you see Lancaster and Sock how they are, because that's how Sock got to where they are, playing Duncanville every year. That litmus test, and he got closer. He's getting closer and closer, and he wins the state championship. I mean, right now everybody's following that. It's his plan first. Everybody need to go find their own plan.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
we're gonna play that Louisville game, man.
We can.
No, that's right. Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got to do that Louisville game, man. I think that's going to be a big game at the end of the year. I think that's going to probably be for all the marbles. That's my prediction.
Is that game at Hebron or Goldsmith?
I believe it's at Hebron. Let me check.
Yeah. So that's where we're going, guys. All right, sideline passes, Coach Tile. We'll be there. Tell them, hey, whatever they feed the referees, they need to feed us too. We'll be in that locker room eating with them.
That's funny you say that because I've had a conversation about feeding the referees, so that really is close to home.
Well, you know the funny thing is I actually
serve me
run a
correct.
referee company, so we do like taps.
If memory serves me correct, I think Hebron's rival is Plano West.
They're close, so that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's Plano West.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there ain't no rival.
I thought it was another school in Carrollton.
Yeah, right.
Is not another school in Carrollton?
It's smaller schools like Newman and all that.
But they're in
West ain't nobody rival.
They're in the lower division.
Louisville,
yeah, they're lower
division. Marcus.
Bro,
Marcus in Louisville.
While I'm building my program, I'm gonna beat up on all the Carrollton schools.
Well, we wish you luck, Coach. That's
all right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, fellas. You guys doing a great job. But like I said, I watch every episode. It's awesome. So keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it. Any shout outs before you get out of here, Coach?
It's too many to name, and I don't want to miss anybody. It's just my family. I know they're watching, and so that's what it's all about. When football is not going on, is you run home, you spend time with your family.
Yes, sir.
J-Mac, we were supposed to have Orr on, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. I told him I sent him the link. He probably had, he got little ones, so that's a different household. You got the little ones running around. You got to make a decision on if you're gonna be up or down. So.
Yeah, that's football royalty. We would have liked to have him on. Just tell him he missed out. Yeah, we know all the way to the daddy, to the brothers, all of them or whatever. So it'd been nice to have them on there. Tell them we'll get them next.
This is how you know your family listening. My plug just appeared down here so that the laptop won't go there. You can't get through football without the support and the love of your family. That's how it works.
Amen. Yes, hey, Coach, man, we appreciate you coming on the show. The Hebron cheerleaders got something for you.
The right color.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach.
Hey, Coach.
All right.
Man, but look, we're fighting all types of technical difficulties tonight.
I know, man. I went down everything.
Hey, we still made it.
We got to go back to like football. We got to start doing a pre-show prayer.
Absolutely. So, hey, J-Mac, I want you to elaborate, and I wish I had that chart up, but I want to end the show on that chart that we alluded to about.
Yeah, it was a poll that they going on, and a lot of people. What I can't stand is when people just want to just jump in and say some dumb stuff like, "Oh, why y'all worried about?" I mean, everything matters. Representation matters, and these kind of polls. When you go look at the following that these people got, yeah, it must matter because they got big followers. This ain't just some blow Joe in a basement somewhere with 2 followers putting out a poll.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these people been doing it, and they've been doing it, I think, for years. But anyway, it was a power poll that it ranked every program and coach. With how they did it, and I just thought that the disparity with the coaches was, and it wasn't just, I would say black, but it wasn't just black because they had a Alito program high, and Coach Buck was, I don't even know if he was on the list.
You wasn't on the list,
coach. Yeah, so I just didn't understand that poll, but we got to get that poll and bring it out, and we'll have a conversation about it. They had Duncanville like number 4 or 12, and didn't even have Coach Samples on the list.
Yeah, it didn't make no sense. So yeah, I thought when I looked at that poll, I'm like, wow, there's no representation. And just think about all the black coaches we've had on the show. There's a lot of programs that are being taken care of by some major programs being taken care of by black coaches. So when you talk
and another one, they had Fort Bend Marshall, which is a black coach, but Fort Bend Marshall hasn't accomplished no more than Duncanville, or really, to me, not even soccer been winning.
I agree.
So I just didn't understand that, and when I asked, and I actually asked them, I wrote them and asked them about it, and they gave me some story about it's just the numbers and they just did the last 5 years, but like I say, even with what they say, it didn't add up.
No, it didn't add up.
How they ranked it.
The representation was thrown the hell off. I was pissed off about it. We definitely gonna put that poll on blast next week. Maybe start off the show with it. I don't know who we got on next week yet. Do you know, Rod? I know you got our calendar.
Yeah. I know. Next week it's a Mesquite takeover.
Mesquite, okay.
Yeah. We got Coach Harris. We got Coach Harris from Mesquite Skeeters, and we got Coach Allen from Mesquite Horn. So while we're talking, those two coaches, Coach Harris was the first black head coach at Mesquite ISD, and Coach Horn is the second. So we got a little history going on, and they district rivals.
Wow.
I want to piggyback on something real quick, like the Coach Samples conversation we just had a while ago. Just like in the National Football League, y'all familiar with the Buffalo Bills losing 4 times?
Of course.
And, Mar Levy still winning the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest coaches to go down. It wasn't about losing all 4 of those Super Bowls. Hell, he got there 4 years straight. So, just like with Samples, it ain't about just keep falling to North Shore and keep losing. He keep getting there. And like Jeremy said earlier, it's hard as hell to win 16 games in 1 year, let alone 15. So,
right.
I just kind of people always trying to down him. Every time he loses, he can't win, he can't do this, he can't do that. I mean, he took Lincoln, he took Skyline all the way to the 4th round. It took Duncanville to the championship 3 times. So it's like people give that man his respect.
Put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on his name. And I also thought that when we talk about that poll, we got to bring that poll next week. Because they ain't have DeSoto nowhere near. I ain't understand that.
At all. And see, that's the embarrassing thing about it, because we can poke holes all in that poll with some of the coaches and teams. You're like, who the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? And the list looked, yeah. We'll talk about it next week, man.
Yeah.
We definitely got to get that.
Any closing remarks before we get out of here? Anything? Your takeaways from J Mac from Coach? Oh, Dub shirts in the building. Your takeaways. What will be at least one of your takeaways for tomorrow from one of the 2 coaches?
Well, one thing about Coach Coleman, one of my takeaways is going to be is I think Skyline is going to surprise some folks. I do believe. I think Coach Coleman is coming in. I was really surprised when he said he had 15 assistant coaches. That was, DISD just don't have that. And
no,
I was pretty surprised with that. So I think he's going to surprise. Yeah, and he could have hired more. So I'm surprised. But that's one thing is I think Skyline is going to be better than what we think. And with Coach Towns, I think my did y'all ask him where he from? Because I missed that. Because like I said, I was off the show. I couldn't hear him.
Houston.
He's from Houston, yeah. He's from like north of Houston, something like that.
That's an intelligent brother, man.
Yeah,
real low key. He got that Tony Dungeon feel to him, don't he?
Yeah, he does. I actually like that. I like that because most of our other coaches, they had that, hey, in your face coach. They be cussing players out at practice and talking noise. Coach Style look like he just does it a different way and it's still effective.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That was I was impressed with his demeanor. I was really impressed with his demeanor, and I guess we just got to see what HEBRON does. But I do think they're gonna be better than. I think they're gonna be better than what most people think too.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
And then the rest of you just have to see when I post it tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, B Rise, anything on the way out the door, sir?
Man, I don't got nothing. I'm finna go eat, man. Y'all know I like
Hey, Coach Todd just texted me and said he's from Cali. So that's where the swagger comes from.
Okay, Cali cool.
That's
okay.
Cali cool. It makes sense now. It makes sense.
Yeah, I can see him roller skating on the beach or whatever.
Yeah, he's real laid back. Yeah. He does that. Not even say that. He definitely has that West Coast.
He's more laid back.
Hey, real quick, we gotta correct something. Mr. Chris is also right. Harris is gonna be the second black coach in Mesquite history. North Mesquite, Mr. Robinson was first.
Okay.
And also went to DeSoto.
Right.
Yeah.
Football?
Yeah, Mr. Robinson came from when they went to DeSoto. He was North Mesquite's head coach.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Who?
He's actually DeSoto's what? He did something now, I forgot. But yeah, Mr. Robinson, yeah, he was at DeSoto right before Mathis. His last time.
Oh, he was with the Peterman staff?
He came from North Mesquite.
But was
I remember. Yeah. He was the coach. So after Mathis left, he was the first coach hired. He was there for 1 year. He was there for 1 year, and they replaced him with Peterman after that. I remember he was at West Mesquite, right?
No, he's at North.
He was at North Mesquite. He was at North Mesquite.
Okay.
He coached my homeboy.
I think Mr. Harris is the second black coach.
So Harris is the second.
But he's the first at Mesquite High School, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not ISD, it's Mesquite High School. Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, whoever corrected me. Thank you.
Good job. Appreciate it.
Chris Lee. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
All right. Well, hey, guys, it's been fun. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. We got the Mesquite takeover, man. I expect this thing to be big next week. So it's going down. Mesquite Horn and who else?
Mesquite Skeeters.
Mesquite Skeeters, okay. It's going down in M-Town. We'll be back next week on the Dub in 3, 2.
You are looking live at
The Dub in 3,